Hey everyone, I'm Joe. Today I'm going to be doing the Booktube Snooker book tag. This tag was originally created by Alan, whose channel is Alan Morton. I was tagged to do this by Shannon, whose channel is That's So Po. I'll link both of those channels in the description box below, of course. Now, the idea of this tag is very simple. It is based around the game of snooker, which is a billiards style table. You have 7 different coloured balls in total. You have a cube and a cue ball, which is white. You have to put the balls in a certain order, and the player to get the most points in a single frame wins the frame, and it's the best of so many frames. It is a very popular game in the UK, which I've watched many hours of over my life, and other countries vary country on country. And the prompts for each question, of which there are 7, are based around the emotions that the 7 colours make you think of. The first of which is the red ball, which is worth 1 point. Name a book that made you see red. And for this, I'm not just going to name one book, I'm going to name a whole trilogy, and that is The Indian War by K.B. Wages. Now, these didn't make me see red or anger, but the main antagonist in the trilogy is a character that is fueled by rage and hatred, therefore anger, and this is almost entirely misplaced on his part. It is mainly fueled, frankly, from lack of intelligence, but to each their own. And this trilogy is one that I've really enjoyed. I've read this trilogy twice now, only in 3 years, and I actually feel like I want to read it again at the moment. So it's a very popular trilogy for me personally. It's done well on Booktube and in sales overall, and I would recommend this trilogy. It is a brilliant science fiction trilogy, fast paced, great characters, pretty good overall. The second colour is the yellow ball, which is worth 2 points. For this, you name a book that is sunny, a book that makes you think of summer, or a book you'd like to read in the summer. So for this, it is indeed a book that is both makes you think of sunshine and is cheerful and optimistic. And for this, there's one obvious choice that comes to mind, and that is the Penrick and Desdemona series written by Lois McMaster Bujold. This is a novella series, currently numbering 7 in total. It is a really fun and enjoyable series because the main character is a character called Penrick. He has a companion called Desdemona, which is a demon inside his head, which gives him magical powers. This is a fantasy land. It's well written, it's really enjoyable because Penrick is a genuinely nice guy who's just trying to get on in life and trying to help other people as much as he can. And there are various people that are trying to stop him because, they're not very nice, frankly. So it's just a nice novella series overall, and I would really highly recommend it. No end. Now, the third ball that you have to pot is the green ball, and that is worth 3 points. And for this is green is the colour of spring. Name a book that is set in the spring or makes you think of spring. So for me, green equals plants and life, and this is a fairly obvious choice because I'm going to choose Semiosis by Sue Burke. There is going to be a sequel of this in the very near future, I believe, within a few months. Although I can't buy it until it gets into paperback, so it might be wrong. This is a book where there is a significant presence of a plant and plant life. It's on an alien world, people go down to inhabit it, and the plants are not quite what they think. I'm not going to say too much more than that, but it's brilliantly well written, got some very clever and intelligent ideas in it, and I'm very interested in what the sequel will bring to this world because this Semiosis creates some interesting ideas. Where she'll go with it in the second book, I'm very curious about indeed. The next ball is the brown ball. This is worth 4 points. Brown is the sombre colour. Name a book with a sombre or serious theme. And actually, I don't think personally brown is a sombre colour. Brown is actually my second favourite colour, my favourite colour being green. To me, brown is sort of overlooked and underrated because people tend to think, oh, brown, it's the colour of the dirt that you walk on. It's sort of, it's irrelevant as a colour. Some people. I don't like that. I like brown as a colour. I mean, I actually wear a fair bit of brown myself. So I'm going to talk about a book that is underrated and sort of little looked at, and that is The Siberiad by Stanislaw Lem. Now this is an author and book that I greatly enjoyed when I read this, I believe last year in 2018. I have read only this book by Lem at the moment. I greatly want to read more by Lem because his writing was brilliant. He is a Polish author. This translated into English, of course, and his writing style is different from, obviously authors who are, English based as a primary language, and it's just really fun and enjoyable with some strange and bizarre ideas, but brilliant ideas. It is amazing in concept and got a variety of strange and bizarre concepts which I really enjoy in books. Next up we have the Blue Ball, which is worth 5 points. Blue is the colour of sadness. Name a sad or melancholy book. And for this I'm going to say no. I don't read books on purpose that are sad and melancholy. I'm an optimist by nature. To me, blue equals the sky and the sea, which means hope and curiosity. And there's one book that to me automatically makes me think of hope and curiosity, because that is the entire theme of the book, frankly, and that is Rendezvous with Roma by Arthur C. Clarke. This is the original sort of big dumb object story within science fiction. There's this large sort of cylinder that floats into our solar system. It doesn't seem to be stopping. It doesn't seem to have any weapons or anything on it. We go and investigate. We go inside it and we just look around on the inside of this big cylinder, and it's just about curiosity. What is this cylinder? What's its purpose? Is it going to stop? Is it just going to carry on through? We don't know. The book is very calm and it's purely about people looking and trying to discover something that is beyond their understanding, and I love this book dearly because of that. It's a non-violent book where the focus is on just curiosity, pure and simple, nothing else, which is nice. Next we have the Pink Ball, which is worth 6 points. Pink is a happy colour. Name a book that made you feel happy or uplifted. For this I'm going to talk about a book that doesn't make me feel happy and uplifted directly, but more that pink to me automatically makes me think of babies and childhood, because baby pink is the name of a colour. So for this I'm going to talk about a book that I've only briefly mentioned once or twice over the last 5 years. I haven't actually reread this book in since I've started this channel, but I really should because it is brilliant, and that is Beyond the Deep Woods by Paul Stewart and illustrated by Chris Riddell. And obviously Chris Riddell has been very well known on Booktube over the last so many years. Now this is a brilliantly dark children's book, you could call it. It is cast as children's as such, but it's more like a Grimm's children's tale, because this is not a happy, cheerful book. Characters have horrible things happen to them. They do generally do okay by the end of the day, but the journey there is quite dark and grim, and the illustrations in it are brilliant. For instance, just like that's one of Chris Riddell's drawings. That's a particularly important character, by the way, in the book, and that's a sad moment, interesting moment. And overall, I think this book, and indeed all the books set within this world, which are many, this is book one in a trilogy, which is called the Twig Trilogy, by the way, are brilliant, and I would really highly recommend these overall. And finally, the Black Ball, which is worth 7 points. Black is associated with depressing things. Name a book with a depressing theme. And I'm going to say again, no, I'm not going to read or recommend a book that is actively depressing, because I'm an optimist again. So to me, I don't associate black with depression or sad things. I actually associate black with nighttime. Nighttime equals peace, equals sleep and rest and recovery. And a book that is, and indeed a series that is peaceful and restful to me, is the Discord series written by Terry Pratchett. And yes, this is the first book, The Colour of Magic. All the Discord books, yes, they have moments of violence in them, but they're not extreme violence. You know, it just happens to one character do something to another. In passing, it's not the focus of it. There are sadder moments in the books, there are happy moments, but the books are peaceful because they're about ideas and about a really intricate and lovingly built world, which I would greatly recommend because, as you may know, Discord and Terry Pratchett is very important to him on a very significant scale. So with that said, that is it for all of the prompts for this tag. If you've read any of these books or would like to, or you have any recommendations to me on books you think I might like based on these, then please leave a comment. I'm not going to tag anybody to do this because frankly I don't know who's done it and I'm always wary of tagging people, but if you want to do this then please feel free to class this out as being tagged by me. With that said, that is it for this video, and all my social media links as well as the two people I mentioned at the start can be found in the description box below. So thank you for watching and I'll see you